What's up, guys? SimFBallCritic here, and what you're looking at on the screen apparently is the Madden 15 demo. Apparently that's what the live streams are for. You know, it replaces the demo, and as you can see, this is from the first live stream where they showcase gameplay. And I say that sarcastically, but you know, apparently this is all you're gonna get. This is your demo. You know, looking at live gameplay, and on one hand, I will give them credit for showing more live gameplay. You know, even the trailers have been actual gameplay. We appreciate that. But then now, you know, as it gets closer to the launch of the game, there's no demo for the consumer. And, you know, I'm not going to run on too long in this video or what have you, but I just wanted to give my thoughts. You know, a lot of guys, you know, asked to hear my opinion on the subject. And my opinion is, man, I really don't agree with this situation. I do understand what's happening. I understand business, and I understand there's resources that go into creating a demo, and this is a short cycle and things like that. But at the same time, man, even though I understand it, you know, I still don't think it's fair to the consumer. You know, not everyone will have a chance to play the game. You know, they will either be forced to buy the game or, you know, rent it from GameFly. You know, since there's no Blockbuster or nothing like that, it's not as easy to rent a game. Or maybe you can go to GameStop or Best Buy or what have you and catch it in a kiosk. Or, you know, the only thing else you really can do is watch other people play the game, which, you know, watching someone play the game or watching gameplay is not the same as playing it for yourself. You know, a lot of times with these games, you have to feel it. You know, I know a lot of people are saying they don't really see the differences, you know, in this game. And, you know, we continue to tell you, you know, we being Sim Standard guys, you know, we continue to tell you on the show that it's a huge difference. It's a different game. But a lot of it will come down to how it feels. You know, some of you may not just be able to see with the naked eye. Some of you guys can. But, you know, not everyone will be able to notice all the intricate details and the differences and things like that until you actually play the game. And that's where I think the consumer, you know, gets robbed. You get the short end of the stick. And I really don't think that's fair. You know, I know now that they have the EA access and all of that, but the problem with that situation, it's exclusive to Xbox One. You know, not only is it exclusive to Xbox One, you know, it doesn't even offer its ability or availability, I should say, on the regular Xbox 360. So you have Xbox 360, PS3, and PS4 guys like myself who will have no access to the demo. And that, you know, like I said, that's not fair. Now, I'll be honest in saying this. You know, of course, this doesn't apply to me because you guys know, you know, I've seen the game, I've played the game, I will have a copy of the game in advance and all of that. You know how that goes. And even as a game changer, I'm still a community guy first. You know, I always think from a consumer perspective. That's what keeps me going. I always think from a consumer perspective as well as if I didn't have access to seeing the game or knowing things, and, you know, and things like that. That's where I try to come from when, you know, I represent the sim community. And if I was just a consumer like the rest of you guys, I would be pretty upset right now. Pretty upset. Because like I said, that means I'm forced to buy the game or watch someone else play it or hope there's someone that a friend or what have you has the game, which is an inconvenience because, you know, if you're like me, I don't live where I grew up. You know, I don't live in the same city, and me and my boys, we don't live in the same area like that. You know, we all have different lives now, you know, wives, and, you know, I have a son and things like that. And, you know, I play games in my own time. I don't just sit around, the boys come over, we kick back a few beers or what have you and play the game. No, that stuff doesn't happen no more. So if I'm relying on that, how long would it take for me to be able to get the game or see the game in action and feel it for myself? So like I said, you're forced to buy it or play it with a friend or at GameStop or at Best Buy or what have you. And it's just bad, man. And honestly, the last thing I'm going to say real quick, like I said, I don't want the video to go too long, but another opinion I got to give here is the fact that we all know that Madden is rebuilding. You know, I, for one, will be the first one to say the game is going in the right direction. It is. That's my opinion. You may not agree. But at the same time, Madden doesn't have the luxury to be able to not offer a demo or to not show the game or what have you and just present a wonderful product. They don't have that luxury at the moment because most of us will agree that, yeah, it may be getting better, but it's still not on an excellent level yet. It's not on that type of level. You know, whereas if FIFA said they weren't going to do a demo, I'm not really that concerned because I know the game is going to be solid. Same with NHL. Same with MLB The Show. These games have a stellar reputation. You know, they have a reputation that lets you know, even if you don't play the game, they're going to be good games. So you won't beef that much. But a game that's looking to gain back us, you know, us being the sim community and certain people, you know, casual people are buying the game anyway. But I'm talking about that money that's out there left on the table that they haven't been able to claim yet. That crowd, those are the people you have to gain your trust back with. And this definitely does not help that cause. You know, you guys saw the eruption today. Everyone is like, whoa, what's going on? Is it a money thing? Are they trying to hide something? And that's what I'm talking about. That's what happens when you don't deliver things that we come to expect. People are going to speculate and they're automatically going to knock you down a peg. And that's the part I don't understand. And this is not a knock on the devs or what have you. Like I told you guys, other people make the decisions. You know, more so than the devs. You have all types of people who influence the game. So this to me would be directed to PR and marketing or what have you, or the big guys, the guys who write the checks. You know, I hope this gets to them. This is why I don't think this is a good idea. That's just my opinion. But you know, if I didn't express that, hey, I wouldn't be doing my job as a critic out here in this sim football community. All right, so those are just my thoughts on it, man. Bottom line, I do not like this move. I think it is unfair to the community, especially when you're trying to gain back certain individuals who haven't bought your game in years, as well as the fact that you're trying to show off how much it has improved. You see what I'm saying? So there's 2 points right there that clearly this doesn't help. So that's just my opinion, man. But like I said, man, y'all stay tuned. It's a little teaser. Stay tuned. Stay very tuned and close attention to what happens later on this week. I may have something special for you guys. So that's all I can give you right now. But like always, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. And please let me know what you think. Don't forget, guys, every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, Sim Standard Radio. You can give us a call at 914-338-0794.